the Demon Deacons will kick it off to get us underway. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. The Seminoles offense takes the field for the first time today. When this guy comes onto the field, David, he seems to bring the it factor with him.
So much fun as a play caller to have a guy you depend on, you trust. You know, Palmer, you're going to get the best out of this young man.
He's also one of those guys, David, who just elevates everybody else around him, right? All 10 guys in that huddle offensively just seem to play better knowing they've got confidence in this guy.
These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The big pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 1. He's looking to throw. He is lucky to get that one back, and the last thing you want is to turn it over on your opening drive. Went up top on 2nd down. That leaves him needing a yard here on 3rd down. And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking...
Grabs it up to 25 in stride. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
Wide receiver shows motion. Now from inside the red zone. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Florida State. You take advantage of tendencies when you set that opening script, and man, their film study showed up there.
I think the offensive coordinator, it's almost as if he knew what the defense was going to be playing. He knew the personnel. He knew the different looks and coverages and fronts that they were going to see. And that offense, they just chomp up yardage moving down the field to score in that opening series.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 7-0.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. So Wake Forest offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive stage, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
Brings up 2nd down.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They'll leave it with him. Sweet feet on the move. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So on this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Use the play fake, now to throw. Showing the arm strength down the left side. I don't know why, but it's a thing. The ACC Wheel of Destiny, you spin it, you never know how it's going to come up, and you can't afford to give away a game early in a conference like this.
And I think both of these coaching staffs, David, understand that, and they've been preaching to their team, we've got to start fast. Not just in this game. We've got to start the season fast. We've got to take advantage of this opportunity.
And I think Reese hit it right on the head, too. The Wheel of Destiny, right? It seems like it's a new team every year that's playing in the championship and appears to be a wide-open league. So a lot of turmoil, a lot of change. I think that starting 1-0 is an important step to getting to that championship game.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And on money down defensively, you got to find ways to affect the quarterback. Nice job by the defense, getting the pressure, getting to him, getting a hit on him, and forcing the incompletion, and now forcing the 4th down.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. And the incomplete pass, they roll the dice. Snake eyes. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Line gets set, 1st down. They're looking for an advantage to the right. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
I don't care who you are, but if you're going to have success offensively, you've got to have some semblance of a running game. They didn't have it their last time out. They obviously really struggled in that game. And in this one, just not getting enough push up front, and it's putting them in some really difficult situations.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great job by the defense there. First off, getting pressure initially and then forcing him outside the pocket. After that, excellent effort. All eyes on the quarterback. And you see the speed this defense has. They're going to be putting a lot of heat on this guy throughout the game.
And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last.
He's looking deep. It's complete. A huge pickup. Flying out to the left. Touchdown Seminoles. And once he got loose, it was all over. Well, they've been working on these trick plays in practice, and they must have felt ultra confident to go with it here.
And we practice them all the time, and everybody gets so excited in practice. When are we going to do it this week? When are we going to call it? Great timing on the call for the trick play, and you can see it caught the defense way off guard.
And he's coming out of the end zone. That's the kind of mistake that throws off your game plan. Come out of the end zone and you're stopped at the 8. Wait, here comes the offense. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow.
He just kept going backwards. You have to step up, and they get him for a safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field, they got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
After giving up that safety, they'll have to boot it away and give it right back to them.
Returner is tackled down at the 34. And your Florida State Seminoles will take over.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Quickly out to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. And now on second down for this offense. Power football with the run. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. Renegade would be proud of the way they're using those horses to move it on the ground.
Yeah, get the horsepower going. And, man, they've had some serious backs over the years at Florida State. And you think about all the talent, all the swag over the years. You got to get back to that, find those guys that they can really attach this offense to and thrive.
And runs like that are like body blows in a boxing match. 4, 5, 6-yard gains early turn into 20, 30, 40-yard gains later. They really wear down defenses, and they test their physicality.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They'll run behind the big guys on the right. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. The Noles racing to the line in the hurry-up. The give on fourth down. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Yeah, and just stay aggressive if you're on offense, right? You're now into the opponent's territory. It's fourth down. Dial up your best fourth down play. Keep this drive going.
Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Wide out in motion. Going up top on first down. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. It would have been a high-level play, but it's a play this quarterback expects to be able to make when he has a guy open.
And these quarterbacks start practicing and doing 7-on-7 and having quarterback coaches when they're like 7 years old, 8, 9 years old now. So even when they don't have wide open wide receivers, you still expect them to fit that ball in there and make it happen.
And he's almost to that first down marker. They're saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. To the ground to try to move the chains. They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. First down to start the drive after the bridge. He wants to throw. It's complete to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Defense has to be frustrated. The offense keeps matriculating and matriculating and matriculating the ball down the field. Buying some time. Fires downfield. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, the defense just needs something positive to happen. They're trailing in this game. A turnover would be massive for momentum right now, and a nice effort defensively, getting a hand on the ball, knocking it down.
He looks that one in nicely, and he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Now, fourth down.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On fourth down, they're taking to the air. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Well, two things I love by the quarterback on that play. One, his ability to flush outside the pocket and make a quick decision. No one's open and I'm taking off and running. And two, get out of bounds. No need to take a big hit. Just save yourself, save the body. Fresh set of downs coming. Well done.
They keep pushing forward, now back to work on second and goal from the 6. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Knowles. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
And I love it. I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
And the extra point splits the uprights. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, David.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
From the gun, the running back has it. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to get hurt down. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so 3rd down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
The corners are walked up tight. They'll try to power their way ahead. The Demon Deacons will move the sticks.
Man, this offense continues to do such a great job on 3rd down. One of the best in the country at it, and the reason why, they keep it manageable most of the time. 3rd and short, they can run the football, be physical, convert first downs. This offense has been so good on 3rd downs.
And he could not get loose on the run.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in your gaps, everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
They get to him as he throws. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. To the air, it's Bitonio. Getting some heat. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Man, this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities, mission number 1, right? Every single game you go into last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
And the Demon Deacons decide to punt it away. They'll look to pin him deep. He gets a block. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing.
He's going for the big play. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Snags it over the middle.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. And the Noles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. try to add another to their lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's coming out of the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
And I don't think they got it snapped before the play clock ran out.
Delay of game, offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. Here comes the offense on second down. Looking to throw, it's Bitonio. He finds his man. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Looking to move it through the air. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
It's 2nd down.
After the incompletion, looking at 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They'll throw it on 1st down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
This pass rush is serious, man. When you watch them on film, they do a nice job in the back end, taking away all the throws downfield. He's trying to get to his check down, but that pressure, it gets to him, and they force the incomplete.
No gain on 1st down after the incompletion. Now 2nd and 10 from the 40. This time it's complete. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. Pressure in his face, and he lets it fly. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell incomplete.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. What a snag by the defense. Got room on the return. The 20. Touchdown Seminoles. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome to run defense, and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route, and you make the plays, and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
It's now second down.
After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
It's really frustrating when you get a guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And you can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense when now they got a manageable situation.
That's going to wrap up the first half here. And now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
All right, guys. Looks like we've got a great one in Tallahassee going on. And there is no better place to start this halftime than by reviewing how this wideout has been a one-man wrecking crew. The kid's been everywhere. And I love how he's willing to go across the middle, but that he also has the jets to burn these DBs on the deep ball. If this defense wants to actually come back in this one, they better hide his cleats.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. Nothing went right in that first half in the first order of business here. Try not to be embarrassed any further.
But the comeback is possible. Remember 2006, Michigan State down 35 to Northwestern at halftime? They somehow came back and won the game. But it all starts on one play, and that has to happen here on this first drive of the offense.
Yeah, the first possession, because your possessions, you're only going to get so many possessions, and you got to score on every single one of them. Offense, defense, special teams have to play out of their mind, but they have to believe.
They're bringing heat. Grab near the marker. It's McGooligan. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. And this guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
Hand off from the shotgun. At the 45, on his way. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the first down.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established. It's been that kind of day for this offense, right? It seems like anything they're dialing up just simply isn't working. But at this point, David, I don't know if it's even worth trying to run the ball.
Probably not. You're getting destroyed right now.
And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
And this offensive line's got to do a better job. Man, you got to protect your quarterback. Listen, this offense is not playing great. They got to somehow find a way to start to get something together here in this second half.
Fires deep on the run. Man, it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. The Demon Deacons line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Makes the catch. Wants to make a move upfield. He gets it up to the 34-yard line before he stopped, and that's where the offense will set up shop. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive sphere flaming. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Hold it, offense.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. Looking for a productive play on first down. Motion from the offense. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Complete to the right. And they're getting it rolling with that play to the 42-yard line.
Man, on the defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
That last play is the kind of thing the offense can really build some momentum on, and now they've got it 1st and 10 outside the 40. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. And the Seminoles are in the hurry-up. Picks up the first down. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Down to the 26-yard line and a first down. He's going to pass. Quick strike complete. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
This offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Operating in the red zone here on second down.
Green 25.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Quickly complete. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Feeling some heat. Oh, he's going backwards, in trouble, and down he goes. A tremendous loss.
And this offense has done such a good job protecting their dude at quarterback, but the defense finally gets home. Listen, that's their 3rd sack in 2 weeks. They got to do a better job.
Touchdown, no! And the beatdown has ensued.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Florida is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Gainesville for some time. They're up by 18 over Oklahoma. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the Deacon offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. Finds a little bit of space, gets 3 to the 22.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
There to make the stop, but they use the back in the passing game and pick up the first down. And the Demon Deacons come to the line with a new set of downs. Caught behind the line. It's Gilliam. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Working the middle, it's complete. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the third quarter stats. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Back to throw, it's Applewhite. Escapes trouble. Can't connect on his first throw.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing if they stop the pass, they win the game, and they have done that. Their guys have won one-on-one on islands. They've been able to get to the quarterback. They've been mixing up their looks. They haven't even allowed 100 yards passing in this one, and that's why they are way ahead here in the fourth quarter.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, and I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain.
And more yards after contact. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
After that last completion, it's 2nd down. Oh, the defense moved in there too quickly. You think it's never going to work until it does, and that'll be a first down. Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. It's been hard enough to slow down these guys on this drive. Now the penalty gives them another 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. They'll go to the ground. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking for a gap. It's McGooligan. There to stop him after a pickup of 1 to the 22. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And this offense has gotten off to a good start on 3rd down, but this is a different deal on 3rd and long. He'll keep it himself. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. And the holder will put it down on the left hash, a 34-yard attempt coming. Splits the uprights right down the middle. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain climb. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. On the move from inside his 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Quarterback checking the play. On second down, wants to throw. Pocket starts to collapse. Got his man downfield. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive, regardless of what the score is, regardless how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Makes his connection. Defense needs to regroup as he gets it down to the 26.
I don't know if they're trying to get this guy Heisman consideration, but the fact that they're still throwing the ball at this point of the game with the lead like they have is surprising, I gotta be honest.
Trying to find his man on first down. Buys a little time. He'll fire to his right. Touchdown, Florida State! And the route is on. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And the extra point was good to finish things off. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished the deal with a 26-yard touchdown pass. Fielded in the end zone, it's McGooligan. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Wake Forest has it back, and here comes the offense. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
And oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Now on second down. To the air, it's Applewhite. Using the quick game. He'll make the stop at the 21 after a pickup of about 5. Love the way he didn't just run to a spot. He found the cushion in the zone and got himself open for the first down.
Yeah, and you're taught to find that space. Don't run right into a zone defender who's sitting there looking at the quarterback and looking at you. So much creativity with routes now and of being able to just have subtle moves one way, come back the other way. Nice job by the tight end finding that hole in the zone.
Finds his tight end. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Got some room to run. And he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Seminoles. They build this fourth quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0.
You didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyway. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
The Wake Forest offense returns to the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing.
And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And man, is that just an indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game. And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense. And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, they have delighted these home fans here by putting this game in a hammerlock, David.
Yeah, this crowd's been jacked up. They've been excited. Now they get to breathe a little bit, Palmer. Nice lead. This offense needs to go out and protect it.
Yeah, they've been the more physical team all game long. So let's just run the ball. Let's just ice this football game. Take the W into the locker room.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. Got him downfield. He's loose. And he'll be run out of bounds, and these guys are piling up some serious yardage total.
Man, this just starts to hurt your pride, right? You're down by several scores. It's in the fourth quarter, and they keep making big plays. This is something where you just got to buck up. You got to do something about it. You got to find something down deep and go make a play so you can get the ball back and maybe get back in this game.
While this game is all but decided, the offense's job is to score. So they might try to score again. They get the timeout called with 7 seconds left on the clock. Now on the move. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And they say play to the final whistle. This offense took it to heart. Scoring late, maybe they could have wasted the clock. They made no doubt about it. This one's over.
Getting set for the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. After this, it'll be a wrap. Looking to throw, it's Applewhite. Here's a throw downfield late. Fires it into traffic, and it's picked off. And he is brought down after the interception, and the clock strikes 0 here in the fourth quarter. This is what an elite team does. They know they're better. They go out. They take the figurative sledgehammer and hit them right between the eyes.
They just look good in every phase of the game. If I'm on the coaching staff, I don't know what you could ask for your guys to do better. I think the challenge now for this team is going out next week and trying to play with the same type of intensity and the same level of execution.
Well, Jesse, it's easy to look good on the field when you look that good in your unit. Like when you look that good coming off the bus. Those dudes are good. This is a great team, and they proved it. Just domination from start to finish.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis.